clean up the sole here. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to actually trim the sole with a sole knife. And you only trim it off enough, you just trim off the dead stuff to help keep it clean and hygienic. And the other thing that it does when you trim near the hoof wall, it actually shows you where you can cut it safely, the foot itself. This is the frog, trimming the frog with a loop blade. Again, only to keep it hygienic. The frog actually is very important in the foot. It's what returns the blood supply back to the heart from the foot. So where the sole meets the hoof wall is where I cut with the hoof nippers. This is a rasp, like a big nail file, just to level it. I'm going to check the foot for balance. The actual hoof wall needs to be cut perpendicular to the cannon bone so that it lands flat. Finally, I'm just going to use my knife again and relieve the sole pressure. I use toe clips on the front feet. So the clip at the very front. So now I'm just going to cut where that toe clip is going to sit in their foot. So that toe clip will actually sit inside of their foot. So in order for it to be strong, the hoof wall needs to be smooth. As farriers, we drill all the horse's shoes and then tap them for studs. So you can see this is a front shoe. Number one, you can notice the rounded shape for a front foot. And then there's two studs at the heels. So we have different size studs for different footing surfaces and conditions, whether it's grass or sand or rainy, dry, etc. And then the hind shoes, typically, we put two at the heels for traction, as well as a third one on the outside. When they push off their back feet, you don't want them to slide before the jump, so the third cork hole just gives them more traction. So every horse, they all have different jobs. So we have many different shoes for the different purposes. So like a jumper would wear a steel shoe, whereas a hunter would wear an aluminum shoe, which is much lighter and would encourage them to move more efficiently and with less action. So this is called a forage. Finally, use hot fitting tongs, and we're actually going to burn this onto the horse's foot. Just using the rasp to push it back in so that the toe clip actually sets into the foot itself. And we'll just burn it until there's even contact across the entire hoof wall. So again, I'm just going to relieve it with sole pressure so there's no contact there. So horseshoe nails are special nails. They're almost like little rectangles. They have a bevel on the inside so it forces the nail out. You drive the nail through what's called the laminae. It's what holds the hoof wall itself to the interior of the foot. It's important to drive through the laminae, not through the wall itself, because the laminae is very soft and supple, and the hoof wall itself is brittle. So if you drive a nail through the hoof wall, you'll actually break it up. I was just setting the nails so the nail heads are firmly in the shoe. So this process is called clinching. So where we cut the nails off and basically finish the foot. So I remove a little bit of hoof wall from underneath the foot so that the nail can bend over and sit flush into the actual hoof wall of the horse. is rasped so they're shorter. This tool is called a clincher, so it actually just bends the nail over the hoof wall and presses it down. I'll use the rasp again. And the last thing I do is just sand it. The sanding is purely for aesthetics because they're all show horses. So I remove a lot of the dirt, and they get a lot of hoof products on their feet. So we'll take off a lot of the old excess hoof product and just make it as smooth. Finally, I just put like a hoof sealant on. Just helps keep the moisture in the foot itself. And that clinch is a little bit bigger than we'd like, so I'll just shorten that down. There you go.